Hello viewers, welcome to your Autonomous College. Today we are going to discuss about the concept that is known as form processing in JSP concept. It is related to a previous concept which is uploaded in our YouTube channel, and today we are going to discuss about its part 2. In this concept we are going to discuss what are the different way of just analyze what are the different techniques to how to post some records which are related to our JSP part, as well as we are learning what are the different parameters are related to our HTML form and how to pass from source to destination end. So these are some parts related to this topic, and with some extra examples are related to this JSP part. Now we are learning about it. In this topic we are learning what are the different ways of form processing techniques. Now we can focus on that outlines about this topic. So in this topic we are learning what are the different passing parameters to various controls and how to use that controls in our HTML form as well as JSP limited part. But here some JSP limited parts which are related to our concept 4. So that if a user want to process it in a reliable way, then in that moment user must take a technique. And what are the different techniques we have in our programming part? So that if a user must take some technique, and the technique we know that in the previous section we are learning what are the different parts of our get and use of that post method in our JSP page, but here we are only learning the what are the different use of that post method in our JSP concept. But that post method somehow related to our form page and how it will be implemented here, which is explained in this slide. So that in this form we are already explained how to write some programs, like first of all we can write some HTML tag. In that HTML tag we must put some heading section. In that heading section we can write some title about that page, and in the title we are already mentioned how to using that get and post method to read data from our HTML page. Similarly, in that section we are also mentioning some body of that HTML page. In this body area we are writing some statement like using post method to read from data. That means if a user want to read some data from that post method, we must take one way of analysis. In that way of analysis always depends on the user, and that user may put this kind of information regarding our user requirement. Just you can say order list, unordered list, as well as we can take the help of table. In the table also we can put some information in it. So that in this section we already use the use of that UML part, and that UML means just you can say one modeling structure, and that modeling structure is somehow related to our HTML front-end designing. And but here we are using UL tag, means unordered list tag. In that unordered list tag we have some sub listing tags like li. In that li tag we can put a paragraph, then bold to write that first name. The first name is known as a label of that page. That means if a user want to create one label, in that moment we must write the simple text instead of that bold structure. In that bold statement or bold tag we can write the statement like first name. Whenever user can write that first name, it must be displayed in our web browser in the form of bold. Then you can write like your expression tag. In that expression tag we can write a statement which is written as request.get parameter, and in that get parameter we have writing the one name, that named as a first name. First name means it is known as a part of your HTML form, but this coding is related to JSP page. Whenever user want to save this statement, programming statement, with the name of a file, and that file must be saved through .jsp. Whenever user can save that file with .jsp page, then it is denoted as a JSP file. If a user want to save this file in the form of HTML, then we have this HTML page in the next section. But here one HTML page is always linked with a JSP page. That means whenever user can make a coordination between your front end page and the JSP page, then user can successfully transmit some information which are related to our HTML page successfully to the relevant, that is known as a JSP page. But this slide is related to our JSP page, and it must be saved with a file name .jsp. Then we can type here, that is known as unordered list. In that unordered list we are already mentioning like a request.get parameter. Here in that parameter we have a name, and that name should be unique, and that is known as a fast name. Fast name means it is a name of a text box which is explained in our HTML coding page. In that HTML coding page, we have a text box 2. In that text box, the first text box named as a first name and the second text box named as a last name. So that in the next coding statement, like we explained here, li, in that li we can mention that is the last name. That means the user may typing the first name, suppose someone typing Suman, then second last name typing as a Vishal. That means Suman Vishal. But it is combinationally must combinedly printed in our web browser through this programming part. So that generally we are using like your expression tag. In that expression tag, that is denoted as percentile equal to. In that percentile equal to symbol helps to extract what are the present in that get parameter statement. In that get parameter method, we are typing the name that is known as a unique name, that is mentioned as last name. In that last name, we are adding some statement. In that statement, we must take some value, and that value always forwarded in their HTML page. So in this way, we can typing our JSP code in our notepad file. But here where this coding may be write through NetBeans, Eclipse and Dreamweaver, whatever a user want to design that JSP page. But especially the JSP page is always helps to write in our NetBeans platform or Eclipse platform or our notepad platform. But that notepad platform must be used in our Apache Tomcat web server. Then it is successfully executed at the time of execution. And that li tag must be end with /li. Then finally we can close that ul tag, means unordered list tag must be closed with /ul. Then you can close that body tag. Whenever user can close that body tag, similarly we need to close that HTML tag which is mentioned in the last part of this coding. So that finally whenever that part is ready, then we need to store this program with .jsp file. So it is a general way of analysis through which you can design that page that may be saved with main.jsp, that may be saved with any name.jsp file, but this file is related to our JSP concept. Because why? Because in this program we already have some tags, and that tag is related to our JSP. That means this part must be saved with a JSP page. Next we are going to discuss what are the part of this program whatever discussed in the previous part, and this is a front end part. That means it is a HTML page part. In that HTML format we can design a front end. In that front end must we have two text box, and the first text box named as a first name, the second text box named as a last name, and finally that text box must be end with a form tag, because you know that each and every part of that form must be end with some statement, and in that statement must be starting with the two text box, one submit button. User must be write some statement in this text box. Finally whenever the text box contains some statement in it, then we need to submit its value to our web server, and that web server must be forward to our JSP page. Whenever JSP page can link with this HTML front-end page, automatically the JSP page can retrieve some values whatever present in our web server. So that HTML page must be linked with, that is part of that is HTML, then body. In that body section must be contain some statement like form tag, and that form tag start with some attribute like action. In that action must contain a parameter like main.jsp parameter. In that main.jsp is related to one JSP file which is already discussed in the previous part, and that means this program is known as a main.jsp, and that main.jsp file is linked with this HTML file. That means this HTML file must be assigned with a extra page, and that extra page name as a JSP page through an attribute, and that attribute named as action, and that action attribute contain a page that is written as main.jsp page with another attribute named as method. In that method we have a parameter like post. Instead of post you can also write some get, but we need to posting means we can forward some value one HTML page to JSP page. That's why we are writing here there is a method named as post. In that post method helps to forwarding our details whatever present in our web browser record or web browser environment which is successfully forwarded to our JSP page. Then we are writing a fast name. In that fast name we can have a text box, and that text box we need to write a tag named as the input tag. In that input tag we have write a attribute like that is part of the type. This type attribute we can type the type of the control we are using in our web browser, that is known as a text. Text is known as a control through which you can create a text box. Then we are writing another attribute named as name. Name is another attribute which contain one unique value, a unique parameter named as a fast name. Then we need to break the statement, that's why we are using like beer tag. In that beer tag helps to make a new line in our web page. Then finally we are writing a last name. In that last name we can type a one and we can create another text box, and that is known as a text field in our web browser. In that moment we can take the type of control named as text. Whenever user can take the type text, it can help to create a text box in our web browser. Then that text box must be uniquely identified at the time of analysis through our JSP page. That's how we can take the help of another attribute named as name. In that name must contain a one value or parameter which is known as a unique in nature, that is named as last name. Similarly, after this closing this type of input tag, whenever that input tag is closed through that forward slash, then we can create another button, and that button named as a submit button. In that submit button must have a type, and the type named as submit. That means with the help of that submit button we can successfully submit or posting some data whatever present in our text field area. Then finally the text field button name always named as a value, that is known as a submit. But whenever user want to write any name instead of the submit, it is automatically displayed in our web browser, and each page must be saved with an extension named as .html, and user may type any name that may be because you know that the previous slide or previous program is named as main.jsp, but this program is named as filename.html part. So it is a general way of analysis through which you can be design that record. That means that record must be stored in our system, and if a user want to access it, in that moment it always takes the help of our web browser server. Without web browser server, that JSP page is unable to access in our system. So that we are learning, we know that in the previous slide already I discussed how to design a HTML page. Through that HTML page we can link with that JSP page, and we can typing some values inside this JSP page, as well as you can say HTML page, but that HTML page must be linked through that JSP page. But these two programs must be executed through a web server, and that web server is always held as, or you can say named as, our Apache Tomcat, Glassfish web server, and whatever user prefer to use in their programming part. But generally in our Java we prefer to use these two type of servers in our system. Now we can focus on a slide. In this slide already we discussed different parts of our HTML controls, but here we have how to passing some checkbox data to our JSP program. If a user want to design that checkbox, and the checkboxes are used when more than one option is required to be selected. If a user want to select more than one checkbox at the time, that means we have more than one selection options in our HTML part. In that moment we always prefer to design, or we can prefer to take a control or HTML control named as a checkbox, and that checkbox are used when more than one option is required to be selected. Following are explained in our HTML program, which is already present in our section. In this section, first of all, user must to type HTML tag, then we can type the body tag. In that body tag we have a form tag. In that form tag we have an action, and that action attribute is linked with a JSP page, and that JSP page name as a main.jsp, and its method type known as a post, and the another part named as a target. And target means whenever user can click it, it must be opened with another tab, means another page. It is not displayed its value in a single page. It must be displayed some value with another page or the new page in our web browser. Then user must type the created checkbox through like the type equal to checkbox, and here checkbox is known as HTML control in our HTML platform. Then that checkbox must have a name, and that name as a math. That means user want to create that checkbox with a named as a math. A math is known as a unique name of that checkbox, which is selected through our JSP page, and its value named as a checked. Checked means whenever its value is displayed in our web browser, by default it is checked mark, it is displayed in that platform, and that checkbox must have a name that named as a math. That means we have two checkbox in our web browser or in our HTML platform. First checkbox named as a math, second checkbox named as a physics. That means we need to select that is known as a math by default. In that moment we must type this attribute named as a checked and its parameter named as a checked. In that moment, whenever user want to run this program, HTML platform program, it is automatically displayed two checkbox. In the math, checkbox is always selected at the time of execution, but the physics it is unselected at the time of execution. Then we have another checkbox named as a chemistry, and that chemistry is another checkbox option. It is also selected by a programmer, and that's why we must use another attribute named as a checked with a parameter checked. That means it is by default selected at the time of execution. Finally, we have a parameter like some submit parameter, because you know that whenever user can take a parameter like submit, and it is known as a one control in our HTML page, which must be displayed in the type attribute. In that moment, its value named as a select object. In this moment, user can submit it. Then finally, it is forwarded to our JSP page, and that JSP page can retrieve its value and display it in our web browser, which is explained in the previous slide. So that in this slide we have a page. In that page is named as a main.jsp page, which can fetch the value which is present in our HTML parameter. That means HTML page, because you know that in HTML page we have three number of checkbox. Whenever user can select two checkbox and press the submit button, and the JSP page can retrieve that values of selected checkbox value, and it is automatically displayed in our web browser, which is already explained in this slide. Here we already have a page, and that is known as a main.jsp page. In that main.jsp page, and it can write some controls, and that controls must be retrieve the value of the checkbox. And just we can focus on the slide. Here already we have a program that is written as HTML. Then we can also type the heading section, which is a common to each and every program, and we have a title. In the title part we are writing some value, and that is named as a reading checkbox data. We know that instead of that statement you can write your own suitable statement instead of this line. That maybe you can just displaying some checkbox value in our web browser, whatever you want to display in our system. So that then we can start the body section. In that body section we can type some heading part. We need to make an heading, and that heading named as reading checkbox data, and its size should be h1, means heading tag use h1. Instead of h1 we can write anything else like h2, h3, h4, h5, h6, because we have h1 to h6 heading types. And then when typing here, that is known as on-order list tag. That means we want to display the value, and that values which are forwarded through our HTML page, and that HTML page values is received through this JSP page, and its value or regarding results are displayed in our web browser. And that web browser always fetch its value very successful way, very suitable way. And what are the different codings behind it, we are already known about it, which is displayed in our screen here. Then we can type here UL means on-order list, and that on-order list must be have some parameter, and that parameter always through our listing tags. And here that listing tag must contain some values like paragraph tag, then B tag, that means the result must be so in the paragraph way, as well as it is in the mode of bold in nature. Then we have another tag that is known as expression tag, which is known as tag, or we can say related to a JSP page, that is known as a percentile equal to. Then we are typing a request is known as one implicit object in our JSP concept, and we can use a dot operator. Then you can typing a get parameter, and we have a in that get parameter we can have a name that is known as math. We know that math here we have that is known as the input type checkbox type named as a math, and this name parameter, that means a name parameter named as a math, and that math must be mentioned in this get parameter argument. So in this way we can retrieve the value of that checkbox, not other checkbox like your physics or chemistry. We only retrieve the value of math checkbox, not other checkbox. Similarly, the next line we have another statement like physics. What are the real status of that physics, is selected or not selected, which is mentioned through this expression tag, and that expression tag is reused through that request.get parameter, and we have a named as a physics. That means through that physics is name of that checkbox, and whenever user can select it, it is automatically retrieve its value. If a user is not selected, then there is no any values in it. Similarly, user can also end that list tag through that /li, as well as then we have another line that is named as li. Then we can use a p tag, means paragraph tag. Then we need to bold that chemistry flag option, and that flag option value must be retrieved through this statement like our expression tag request.get parameter and its parameter or argument named as, that is known as chemistry. And that get parameter method have an argument like chemistry, and through that chemistry checkbox is selected or not, we can retrieve through this implicit object that is named as request dot, and that request dot object helps to retrieve the value of this checkbox which is mentioned in our HTML page. So we need to close that list through our /ul. That means it is known as a on-order list, and its value must be displayed in a web browser through our dot bullet mark or checkbox or whatever user want to put it. Finally, we need to close that part, and each and every statement must be end with a tag. We know that is known as body tag. We know that every body section must be start with the opening body tag. It is need to be closed with a closing body tag, because you know that it is a pair tag. Finally, whenever user can close that body tag, then we need to close that HTML section through that closing tag of that HTML part, like /HTML. Whenever user can type that /HTML, it is successfully closed that coding part. Then we need to finally save that program with any name through .jsp page, because that is related to our JSP tags. That's why we need to save this program through .jsp page, file name .jsp page, but that file name named as main.jsp. That's why we need to save it in that main.jsp. So today we are only discussing what are the different parts related to our form, and that form processing is always depends on the user technique of writing their codes in their web browser part. Whenever user want to design any type of form processing codes in their environment, we must be aware about it. We should have more clear about how to use some HTML controls as well as JSP controls. So today we are only discussed how to posting some data and how to use the control of that is known as a checkbox in our form processing area. So today we are discussing about this topic. If you have any type of doubt, please try to send some queries through our YouTube channel comment box. Okay, finally, thank you. Have a nice day.